Hey guys, we are going to have a session for CAT 2025. We are going to have a couple of sessions before that starts. So in this session, we have taken a few questions from that and few questions from here and there, and we are going to see what should be our approach in the exam to tackle those kind of questions. Okay, so let's see the questions. What are the questions? So let's see the first set. So basically, a company named Tipro India Limited manufactures five different products. Okay, namely A, B, C, D, E. The following table gives the information about total revenue in crores in three different years. Okay. So in the first year revenue is given, in second year revenue is given, in third year revenue is given. 2014, 18,752. In 2015, 96,480. Good evening, Kushagra. How are you? And in 2017, it is 1,05,000, 1,05,248. Okay. Now, what else is given to us? It is given that in the following bar chart, the revenue of the product that made a maximum contribution in the total revenue. Okay, so if I am going to look at in 2014, in 2014, B made the highest contribution, that is 35,648 out of 81,752. Okay, similarly in 2014 the highest revenue is generated by 44,968 and in out of 96,000. So this is something that is given to us. Good evening, Shubhra. Now, what does it say? It says that each product made a contribution of at least 12%. In 2014, B made something, I would say 40% around, right? 41%. And remaining four has contributed at least 12% each. So 12%, 12%, 12%, 12%, and maybe a little bit more, 12%, 13%, 14%, something like that. In 2015, E made, let's say, close to how much? It is 40%, 45% or something like this. And it says that all the remaining four has contributed at least 10%, and in 2016 they made a contribution at least 11%. Okay, so now, so basically we have understood the data. Now let's solve the questions. What is the first question? In 2014, what could be the minimum possible absolute difference between the revenue generated through sales of B and that through the sales of A? Right. Now this is going to be a tricky one. Now why it's going to be tricky one? Because look at the data, look at the options. So if you are going to look at the options, first option says close to 16,944. Second option says 16,449. Right. Look at option C. That is 18,844. And option D says 18,974. Right. So do you have a scope of approximation? You don't. You have to calculate the value. So that's the reason whenever you are going to get these kind of questions, you definitely use calculator. If you are not using calculator, then I would say leave, because I can leave this question just by looking at the options itself. Because if you do a little bit here and there, your answer might be wrong. A little bit approximation might get your answer wrong. So now let's approach this question. What is the approach? So what is the question asking? The question is asking the difference between the revenue generated through B and generated through A in 2014. So in 2014, the revenue generated by B is 35,648. This is generated. Okay. How much is generated by A? I don't know. So A. So the question is saying I need to minimize the difference. I need to Minimize the difference, it means I need to maximize the value of A, right? So if I need to maximize the value of A, so basically I have so I already know the value of B, then I have A, C, D, E. Now I need to maximize this, it means I need to minimize these three values, and it says the contribution is at least 12%. So 12% of this, 12% of this, 12% of this, right? So what I'm going to get, I'm going to get 36% of the total revenue. Shubhra, you can calculate the 43% of B. So if this is accurate 43%, is it, Shubhra? 81,752, right? So this value comes out to be how much? So if you use the calculator, what is the value you are going to get? I think it is going to be close to 29,000, 30,000. This should be close to 29,000. Kushagra, Shubhra has calculated revenue of B divided by this into 100, right? So 29,430, close to this value. This is the value you are going to get. Okay. Then, so B has generated this much revenue. Oh, nice, 0.72. Okay, so Kushagra and Shubhra, stay with me. B has generated 35,648. So what is the total revenue generated by B, C, D, E? So this sum comes out to be how much? 0.72. This is 8. This is 7. This is 0. This is 15, 5, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Okay, so this much. Right. Now, if I subtract this value from 81,752, what is the value we are going to get? So this comes out to be 16,600 and something, right? 600 and 72, 73, something like this, right? So the value of A is this, value of B is this. I need to find out this value. So this is the maximum value of A, right? If I minimize this, this is the maximum value of A. So 35648 minus 16,673. So my value is going to be very close to 19,000. So very close to 19,000, that is definitely going to be option D. Understood? Yes, no? Should I move to the next one? Okay. Now, the total revenue generated through sales of B in the given years put together, not more than that. Okay, okay. So what I am doing, so basically Shubhra has told that here B is how much percent? Uh, yes, Kushagra, tell me. So basically what I was doing, that if I want to maximize A, I have to minimize C, D, and E. So C, D, and E is 36%. C is 12%, D is 12%, E is 12%. So 36%, right? So 36% of 18,752 gives, you get something like this. So now, so basically here, what we can say, that this is 43%, right? We got this value as 43%. What is the value of E? That is 44,968. It should be close to how much? 45, 47%, something like this. This is also 43% only. 1,000, yeah, 43% around, right? Okay. What is the value of C? Is it again 43%? No. This is 46%. I'm going with Shubhra and Kushagra with you. Is it 46%? 46.08. 46.6. Okay. So C is 46.6%. This is 46. Let me erase 46.6%. Let me change the color of pen. I think I'm going to be confused with it. So, okay. So this is 43%. This is 46.6%. And this is 44.1%. Okay. Are we right on the track? Okay. Okay. So basically, what is going to happen now? C is 44.1. Okay. Fine. Now, what question is talking about? The question is talking about the maximum revenue generated by B. Okay. So in 2014, I'm not bothered about B because B is already getting 43%. Right. That is 35,648. Okay. So we are set on this. Now I need to maximize in E. So basically, if I'm talking about in 2015, every company is doing at least 10%. So it means A, C, and D are doing 30%. This is doing 46.6%. Right. So how much B is doing? So 46.6 plus 30 is 76.6. So B should be doing 23.4%, right? 23.4% of what? 23.4% of 96,480. यहां तक अपन क्लियर है ना? आयुष, शुभ्रा, कुशाग्र? Okay. Now, if I'm talking about 2016, in 2016, what is happening? C is 44.1. Then the minimum of A is 11%, minimum of D is 11%, minimum of E is also 11%. So 33% means 77.1. So what is remaining? That is 22.9% of B. Okay, Kushagra, where is the doubt? So I am saying question is talking about the cannot be more than. It means I need to maximize the value of B, right? Kushagra, are we clear on this? We need to maximize B. So in 2015, E is getting 46.6%, right? And if I want to maximize B, I need to minimize A. A should be 10%. How much should be C? It should be 10%. How much should be D? That is 10%. Overall percentage should be 100%. So 46.6, 10, 10, 10. So this comes out to be 76.6% out of 100%. So how much is remaining for B? That is 23.4%. Understood? So what is 23.4% of 96,480? What is the value? So this is going to be to a little less than 24,000. The options are away, so I won't. So this is going to be little less than 24,000. It is going to be 23,000 something, right? What is the value? Can someone tell me? 23.4% of 96,480. So this is 2014. I'm going to write for 2015. Then what I'm going to get, This comes out to be 22576 point something. Okay. Now, what is the third value? That is, this is 22.9, right? So 22.9% of 105248. That is going to be 24101 or 2. Okay, so what is the sum we are going to get? 6 plus 2, 10, 16. Okay, then 7 for 11 plus 12. So this is going to be 30,000, 20,000, 50,000, 70,000, 77, 79,000. So answer should be close to 80,000, right? So what should be the final answer? 22,576, 24,101. Okay, so it is going to be, what is the total sum? It is going to be 6, then 7 plus 1, 8 to 6 to 6. So basically my answer of this question is going to be option B. I have done some approximation over here. So answer of this question is going to be option B. Understood? So whenever you get these kind of questions, don't spend too much time in the exam. If the calculator is not allowed, then don't solve these questions in the exam, because they are going to take a lot of time, but the result won't be that good. Fine. So now let's move to this question. What does it say? So in a conference, mathematician asked one of the attendees to think of a 3-digit number. So 3-digit number ABC. Okay. So after that, he asked his attendees to write ECB, BCA, BAC, CAB, CBA. So I have a 3-digit number ABC. So it can be written as 100A plus 10B plus C. Right? Now he also asks people to write ACB. So what is ACB? That is 100A plus 10C, 10C plus B. Then he asked people to write BCA. So what is BCA? That is 100A, 100B plus 10C plus how much? A. Then he writes BAC. So that is 100B plus 10A plus C. Then he asked to write CAB. Then he has to write CBA. So what is CAB? That is 100C plus 10A plus B, and this is 100C plus 10B plus A. So what is going to happen? And he asked people to add all the numbers and reveal the sum. Right? So basically he's adding all the numbers and he's getting sum as 3104. Right? And so basically this is equal to, if you add up all the numbers, you are going to get 222 times A. So 100A, 100A, 10A, 10A, and plus A plus A. 228 times A plus B plus C, right? And this is 23108. So from here I can directly calculate the value of A plus B plus C. That comes out to be 3108 divided by 222. So if I'm going to divide, my unit digit is going to be 4. So answer of this question is directly going to be 14. Understood this question? So I'll move on to the next one. This one. So previous question is clear to everyone. So and now I'm going to move to next one. What does it says? So it says Swati can row a boat in still water at a speed of 5. Okay. However, on a given river, it takes 1 hour more to row 12 kilometers upstream than downstream. On one day, Swati rows the boat on this river from X to Y, which is n kilometers upstream X, She rose back to uh, x immediately. If she takes at least 2 hours to complete the round trip, what is the minimum possible value of n? Okay, fair enough. So basically, what is happening? Swati can row the boat in still water. So basically, when we talk about boats in stream, we have two values. One is u, second one is v. U is the speed of the current, v is the speed of the boat. So Swati has a speed of 5. What is the speed of current? I don't know. So let's take it as u itself. Uh, she rows 12 kilometers upstream and downstream. Okay. And she takes 1 hour more for upstream. So what is the time taken in upstream? That is 12 upon 5 minus u. That is the upstream. Distance upon speed, and distance upon speed 5 plus u, and this time the upstream time is one more than downstream time. Okay, so now how I'm going to solve this one? So basically this number and this number are at a difference of 1, right? So these two numbers are at a difference of 1. So which factors of 12 are at a difference of 1? Okay, so what I can do, I can plug in uh, 2 and 1. Okay, so this value is 2, this value is 1. So if this is 2, then 5 minus u should be 6. That's not possible, right? So basically if this value is 2, so this value should be 6, and this is not possible, right? So let's take 3 and 2. Okay, in that case this is 5 minus u is 3. Oh, I'm sorry. 5 minus u is, I think I'm making a mistake over here. Okay, so if 12 upon this is 2, it means this value is 6. Okay, so that's not possible. If 12 upon 5 minus u is 3, then 5 minus u is 4. It means u is equal to 1. So if I put u equal to 1 over here, 12 upon 5 plus 1, that is 6, that is equal to 2. So my equation satisfies. So I can say the value of u is 1. So I'm just, and why it is not possible? 12 upon something is equal to 3. It means this denominator should be 4. So 5 minus what is 4? So u comes out to be 1. Now I'm going to put u is equal to 1. So 12 minus 6 is equal to 2. Fair enough? So I got the speed of this, and then I got the speed of this. Now what is happening today? X and Y. Okay. She's going with a speed of, she is going upstream 10 kilometers. She's going with a speed of 4. She's coming with back with a speed of 6. And in the total trip, what is the time taken? At least 2 hours. So I am going to, and the question is talking about what is the minimum possible value of n. So I am going to take the value as equal to 2 hours only. So n upon 4 plus n upon 6, that is the time taken, and that is equal to 2 itself, right? So it is going to be 5n upon 12, and that is equal to 2. So n comes out to be 24 upon 5. So smallest value of n is going to be 4.8, and that's the answer. Because as time increases, value of n also increases. But question is saying what is the minimum possible value of n? It means I have to minimize the time. It is saying at least 2 hours, so I am taking 2 hours only. So if I take time as 3 hours, then the value of n will be higher, the distance will be higher. Make sense? So let's move on to next one. At any point of time, let x be the smaller of the two angles made by hour hand and minute hand in an analog clock. Okay, during the time interval between 2:30 and 3, what is the minimum possible value of x? Okay, now smaller angle means, okay, so I am going to start at 2:30. Okay, so just draw the clock. So I am talking about uh, this is how much. So in the questions of clock, if you draw the clock, then I think you are going to have a reasonable idea. So this is 2. So 2:30 is going to look something like this. So this is initial scenario, and the question is saying what is the minimum possible value of x, and x is the angle. Okay, then and 3 is going to be how much? 3 is going to look like this. So this is 3. Now what do you think the answer can be? I can just see the question and get the answer, because I can solve it by using mathematics. I can by speed of clock and everything. So basically, at 2:30, if you are going to see, this angle is definitely greater than 90 degrees, right? As the clock goes here, so there will be a certain time where the angle between hands is going to be 180 degrees, right? Then it goes like this, then the angle starts decreasing. So as time passes, angle decreases. So you are going to have minimum angle at exactly 3 o'clock, and that is going to be 90 degrees. So answer of this question is going to be option A in this case. Did you get my point? So basically at 2:30, angle between hands is more than 90. As time passes, angle, so basically it's like this. Now as time passes, angle increases. So angle becomes angle increases, right? So angle is going to be initially it's more than 90, then it increases more, eventually it becomes 180, then it starts decreasing again. So basically at so as time passes, the angle decreases. So after so between 2:30 and 3, what is the minimum possible value? That is going to be 90 degree itself, right? So answer of this question is going to be option A. We can solve it mathematically, but why to solve? Now let's start this one. What is the answer of this question? Let's solve, let's read. So what does it say? Mohan has some money that he divides in the ratio of 1:2. Okay, so what I am saying that m has two parts. One part is x, second part is 2x. Okay, so I am calculating with x and 2x. Then he deposits the smaller amount into saving scheme. Smaller amount means he does this x at that offers certain rate of interest, and larger amount in saving scheme that offers half the interest rate. Okay, both interest compound yearly. At the end of 2 years, the interest earned from the two saving accounts is 830. It is known that the interest rate is 10%, and one of the interest rate is 10%. Okay, so I am talking about two schemes, scheme A, scheme B. Okay, here he invested x rupees, here he invested 2x rupees. Okay, now there are two possible scenarios. At lower amount, he has higher interest rate. So if he has interest rate of 10% over here, then interest rate over here is 5%. If he has interest rate of 10% over here, then interest rate over here is 20%. Right? So basically, what is happening? If I say that I'm going to take both the cases. Okay. So in the first amount, uh, in the first case, what is the total interest? That is x into 1.1 whole square, because it is compounded annually, right? Minus x, because that's the interest rate. This is total amount minus principal gives you the interest rate, right? Plus 2x 1.05 whole square minus 2x. That is the interest rate. That is the interest amount. And this total interest amount equals to 830. Okay. So this is going to be 1.21x. So this comes out to be 0.21x plus This comes out to be how much? 1025, right? So 2x into 0.1025. Okay, and that is equal to 830. So this comes out to be 0.21x plus this is going to be uh, 0.250 x. No, sorry, 2050. So it is going to be 2050, and that is equal to 830. So basically it is going to be 0.415x, and that is equal to 830. Okay, so remove decimal. 1 2 3, cancel out. This is 2, so 2000. X is 2000, so 2x is 4000. Total amount comes out to be 6000. So basically my answer till this point, my answer looks option C. But we have one more. This why data insufficient? Because the problem might be I can get a different value in this, then I can get two possible answers. It means my data will be insufficient. So I'm going to calculate with the same way. So x into 1 point, so instead of 1.1 whole square, it is going to be 1.2 whole square. So it is going to be 0.44x plus 2x into 0.21, so 0.42x, and that is equal to 830. Right, so this gives me 0.86x, and that is equal to 830. Right, so remove decimal, I'm going to get 86 this. So I can, if I divide this, x is equal to 3000 divided by 86, so my value is definitely less than 1000. Right, but question says he deposited at least 1000 rupees in each of the saving account. So basically in the condition is void in this, so this cannot be a possible scenario, so this is not rejected. So in this case my answer of this question is going to be option C and C only. There is no other answer that's possible. So understood everyone? सबको समझ में आ गया ये वाला कैसे करना है? So question simple, compound interest का simple question है. Just this is a question where you have two different possibilities. That's it. Got it? अब अगर किसी को कोई भी डाउट है, so you can ask. Anyone has any doubt in this question, you can ask regarding anything. Kushagra, Ayush, Shubhr. Any doubts, or should I wind up? Okay, so if anyone, no one has any doubt, Shubhra, I'll try. I can take a class on numbers. You want me to pick a few questions on numbers and few questions on geometry? हाँ ना? Shubhra, you want me to? Okay, so in the next session, we can definitely go for it. We can. I will pick a little more questions. I will take few questions of numbers, few questions of geometry, and we can solve those questions. Manish, I have covered first two questions were part of a DI set. If you want, we can cover a little more DI sets. Don't worry about it. So I don't think tomorrow and or the day after tomorrow is a possibility. But after that, I think hopefully we can do it. Okay, Shubhra, we can definitely do it. We will do it. Don't worry. So how's preparation going on? Are you writing marks and something? So सब ठीक चल रहा है या uh, क्या जीवन में? So ठीक है. So we can cover all those things that you have asked. So with this, let's wind up the session. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.